Bring back the man in you, not because you need to, but because you will want to. Improve your weight room and bedroom performance with the all-new VasoFlux for Men natural dietary supplement. This unique blend of barks, roots, herbs, and vitamins is nature's way of keeping you in the game. And all for under $10. You can order yours today. Visit Youth Fountain Laboratory at youthfountainlab.com or call 1-800-853-7856 today.
Fox Production.
I'm literally the best you ever had. They turn around and try to belittle me with that same old sarcastic smart opinion. When I'm speaking from the heart like you hard of hearing. Squash nothing to chunk up produce to you and get back to bust the bitches like I used to do. So just go on, cut all that drama out. Take that back to your mama house. Shut your mouth, that's just what I'm talking about. Shut your mouth, that's just what I'm talking about. Go on, cut all that drama out. Take that back to your mama house. Shut your mouth, that's just what I'm talking about. Shut your mouth, that's just what I'm talking about. That's entitled Talking About. That's on the Google Gang EP. Oh my mama. I don't know why. I don't know what that you talking about. Told on his wife, but we living in a crazy time. First, y'all see, how many of y'all seen this? I got this on my IG. This is your president. It's the POTUS, y'all president. Let's be clear. Transgender equality is the civil rights issue of our time. There is no room for compromise when it comes to basic human rights. Did y'all hear that? Let's be clear. Transgender equality is the civil rights issue of our time. That is a bold statement. Mind you, this is the same person that told you if you didn't vote for him, you wasn't black. Or if you voted for Donald Trump over him, or something to that effect. Regardless of what his actual words were, he had the nerve to tell each and every last one of y'all that he can joke around and have comfort describing you as not black as the way. It don't even matter what he was referring to. The fact that he felt comfortable addressing a whole community of us in that fashion is preposterous. But, you know, this is who y'all chose. This is the civil rights is over for us. Reparations, get it off your mind. Hey, I guess that's why. That's deep. I guess that's why Q was like he was ready to chop it up with Trump because he came to Biden about our civil rights and basically in Biden's mind, that's over and done with. We on to the transgenders. Oh, mama, I couldn't believe it. I had to cheer for Candace Owens today because I was somewhere on social media and I saw her having a conversation with an apparently heterosexual male. And they were sitting in two chairs and they're discussing transgender.
It's a mental disorder. There's tons of mental disorders out there. There are people that walk around down the street and think they are Superman. Think they have powers and they can fly and they're Batman. And I would never want to see that person attacked. I grew up in a family where one of my uncles had severe mental disorders and thought he was Indian from a tribe or something, kind of got it because he was in solitary confinement for too long and he actually went crazy in prison. So I've always been sensitive to people that have, mental disorders. But when you start saying in society that you now have to pretend that Candace's uncle is an Indian, and if you don't, acknowledge him as Pocahontas, then you're a bigot. That's wrong. Now you're putting the pressure on me to not just be, accepting of this, but now to play the crazy game and to say if you mispronounce and you don't call him Chief Pocahontas, then you're a bigot. I don't play that game. I'm going to live in reality. You cannot live in reality. You can say how you feel. You can say what you think you see. You can say that you think that, we're on Mars right now, but I'm not going to pretend that I see Mars because it makes you more comfortable.
So I would, obviously I disagree.
Y'all know him?
What's interesting is there are people. You say you're with the L and the G and the B.
It's because heterosexual.
There are people who, 30 years ago would have made the exact same arguments against you for the L, the G, and the B. They would have said that there's scientific data, that these are people who have mental disorders. There's some misalignment between what they desire and what they're supposed to.
All right, look, this is about that. Y'all hear what the basis of her position was? I didn't even realize that you were allowed to have that opinion publicly in America. That's refreshing to see that she can voice that position that comfortably. But when you're president, on this issue, I can see how opposing their positions is, because the president talking about this is the new civil rights. We just got moved out the way. But in that same conversation, this dude who I thought he may not be heterosexual. I have a hard time believing he is. He seems like he tries to come across as such. I'm sure whatever he is, it's no secret. It's just not known to me. I don't know if y'all know who he is. But what blew my mind in that conversation is he posed to her the hypothetical if he were to ask her to refer to him as a she, would she be willing and comfortable to do so? And she said no, she wouldn't. And she explained herself the same way she was talking about her uncle that believed he was a chief Indian or whatever. And she says, I don't force him to acknowledge that he's not, or I let him think whatever he wants to think. But then it doesn't turn around and obligate me to address him as something that he isn't. And I can't believe she's speaking something so profoundly that makes so much sense when I've listened to her say a very outlandish statement about police brutality in America. Can't say that I've heard her say a whole lot of BS, but the BS that I have been aware that she said was just like extremely off base and offensive to me. So I was just surprised to see her being so candid, making such a natural statement. Like the conversation went deep. I don't know how much I'm allowed to play on here without you know what I'm saying, you know how that go. But what y'all think about, look at this on the subject. Look at this conversation. This is another part of the conversation that's being had right here in America. This shit's spooky. So he's saying, listen to this, y'all. This is like really like, God damn. What is they trying to do? What is this? Listen to this, bro.
Not necessarily labeling the baby. It's about allowing the baby to decide what gender that baby wants to be when that baby can decide, which is around 4 years old. So from 0 to 4, the baby will not be labeled. The labeling theory will not apply from 0 to 4 years old. The baby will be a baby, neither a boy nor a girl. Whatever gender that baby chooses to
What other profound life decisions do we think people ought to be making at the age of 4? Are there any others? Whether to get a tattoo, whether to get married, enlisting in the military, voting, drinking vodka, smoking Marlboro Reds. Is there anything else that we think 4-year-olds are ready to decide?
This isn't actually a profound about not
necessarily. Do y'all hear her about to utter this is not actually a profound life decision? He asked her because she's saying that the position, and I've heard long before now that they have like an option in the delivery room when you have children. When you have time to do the birth certificate, having a genderless birth certificate has been an option on the table. So she was describing the practice of raising children up until the age of 4 genderless and allowing them at the age of 4 to choose their gender. Can you believe there is a real movement that feels like gender is a choice? What I understand, like when Candace Owen was speaking, she went on to say that she believes being transgender is a disorder, and that guy started picking stones with her about disorder or misalignment. To me, disorder, misalignment, Misalignment is the same thing. Anything that is misaligned is not in order, is in disorder. Anything that is in disorder is not aligned correctly, is misaligned. But he wanted to make a big difference out of those two phrases and describe transgender being one versus the other. But she made it as simple as this. She was like, we have established pronouns for when we know what a he, a her, a him, a she, we know what that is. And for us to change that, it'd be you have to really change 2 + 2 equaling 4. That's how cemented in our existence. If you're born, let's not confuse what's not confused. If you're born with certain physical pieces, bam, it's automatically set. Whether you want to call it male or female, you can take those actual terms off of it. But you have group A, group B. You have them and those. You have here and there. It's just that you have 2 different types, and you are one or the other. You don't have to classify. We as a people, in order to know how to identify it, we've named them man, woman, period. That's just how society works. But they want to change that to the point where you're a bigot if you see a long beard, you see Adam's apple, you hear this voice, no matter if he try to go like this or do what he want, if his voice is naturally, and you see all this shadow, and in your mind, if you're not going to classify that as her or she, this is what modern society, this is real, these are the same people. Look, bro, civil rights, the word civil rights in America automatically triggers the thought of the plight of our people in America. Although the word civil and rights does apply to other groups, that umbrella has been reserved generally to describe what our plight in America has been. Y'all let this, hey, he stood up in front of y'all and said, well, he just posted, there was a problem with Trump tweets and shit. Remember? This man tweeted that this is the civil, our generation ain't over with. We still fighting for our same civil rights. Do you realize when we took a knee in the NFL, we were called thugs? We all last year, in the beginning of the year, Corona kind of stole the spotlight, but the whole world was being outraged about the way we get treated in America. But hey, wow. What is the major push? What is the big desire, the motivation to want to raise humans that can decide if you can really thwart and dwarf the natural reproduction process of anything, you can put it on a path toward extinction. There's something else going on we don't know about. There's a transgender amongst us, real close, that has not been revealed. I believe that. Oh, my mama. I can't. Hey, I'm not really with that canceling. I don't know, man. I'm not canceling like that cancel thing. I voice my support on, or my opinion on certain issues that happen to coincide with the popular idea, or if it's canceled, I'm with it. But it's not me to be trying to call no cancel on nobody. I don't even have no faith in the community that we could pull it off. Every time I seen us supposed to pause something, there's so much participation. I'm just not with the cancel, and I'm not. It's just we gotta be smarter as individuals, bro. Gotta be. You dig a lies? I'm finna do this too, though. I think. Oh, mama, just ain't did it in a while. I remember last time we had so much trouble. I'm gonna see if I did any better this time and getting it together. You dig a lies? This is what I tell it though. It's the Google Gang EP. Tap in, tap out. Oh, what's happening with this? Why this ain't playing? That's crazy. Though we had everything. Yeah, that should be playing. That's crazy. Why I didn't play, y'all? I'm molded. I don't know why I did that. So let's try this. Bam, bam, bam. Gotta hit that money. It's a throwback. Throwback Thursday, ain't it?
1 + 1 makes 2, and 2 + 2 makes 4. That flow makes dough, and money gotta be there. And I'ma make sure that if I can't make music, then I'ma make snow. Can't much bring the cash back like Kane can. Got me in a Hummer count numbers like Rain Man. 10 + 10, that'll give you a dub. You gotta end, just spin, I'll give you the love. I learned money and make the world go round. Turn friends to foes, make your girl go down. She can't stand me, but she loving the Bentley. Left hand on the wheel, the right rubbing it gently. Maybe it's the rhyming, maybe it's the diamonds that got them all on my dick. I don't know, I just know I'm shining. It's my time, and if it ain't about the paper, then I don't go.
You know we gotta get it, gotta get that money. Ain't no sleeping on it, baby. Gotta get that money. You know we gotta get it, gotta get them dollars. And you know we gotta get that dough, you know.
I'm from the projects where niggas paying hard. In the hood throwing up signs like crossing guards. Rock from the land of bad news where niggas got nothing but wounds and tattoos. Bonafide hustler, yeah, I'm that dude. I was born to grind, getting money is natural. Brothers behind this mic spitting, I'm back in my kitchen whipping, I'm getting it. Man, I'm out for money, power, respect. More money, more problems you get. This real shit, still move around with a gang of clips. Got a casino in my pocket, got a gang of chips. I had a habit of pushing them pies. Now I'm all on the highway pushing the 5. All you see is dollar signs when you look in my eyes. Getting money is a must, no grind, you die.
You know we gotta get it, gotta get that money. Ain't no sleeping on it, baby. Gotta get that money. You know we gotta get it, gotta get them dollars. And you know we gotta get that dough, you know.
Nigga Nip Hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned.